Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Soft Skills the Glory Hub. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, thank you for liking my videos, for leaving comments, and most importantly for subscribing. Alright, so what will I be talking to you about today? Today I'll be sharing my views and my opinions with you about something that happened some days ago. So I stumbled on an information on Twitter about a 12-year-old boy who got beaten and unfortunately died. So he got beaten by his friends in a boarding school because he refused to join their cult group. Unfortunately, he was rushed to the hospital and the doctor confirmed that he had some internal injuries. However, he still died. And on his deathbed, or while he was about to give up, he mentioned 5 names of students in his school. So I was thinking about this and a lot of things came through my mind that I would like to share with you. So the first thing is, whether your child is in a boarding school or your child is in a day school, or your child is paying expensively in a school or not paying so expensively in any school, it could have happened to any child and it could have happened anywhere. So the truth is, I'm going to be assuming a lot of things, and if any of these assumptions applies to you, please, I would really like that we take this into consideration and get better as parents or as caregivers. So the first is, why was this boy not able to mention the names of those students before now, like before he died? Because following that news, I can deduce that that wasn't the first time he was being bullied or he was being oppressed. So most likely he had not told anybody about it. The parents had not heard of those names before, because I'm sure if they had heard of those names, they would have gone to the school to make an issue about it, and such would have been, avoided. So this boy was going through this oppression all alone, and unfortunately, so sad, he had to die. So dear parents, do not put your child in a boarding school so that you can have time for yourself. The boarding school is not a dumping school. It's not a dumping ground for you to leave your child and assume that everything is fine or all right with them because you are paying handsomely. So whether you're paying handsomely or not, it is your sole responsibility to ensure your child is safe and well taken care of. So I'm imagining that this boy had somebody to relate what he was going through with. I'm sure this could have been avoided. So dear parents, when you're talking to your child, ensure that you're able to get into their deep emotional state. Get to know what your children are going through. When you are able to get such information, it saves you from a lot of incidences like this, or a lot of trouble that would avert your child going through any emotional trauma or mental trauma. So the first thing I would advise parents to do is, I did a video recently, some months back, on questions you should ask your child when they get back from school. Did anything happen today you want to share with me? Did any difficult thing happen in school today? When you ask questions like that, you send a message to your child that, I'm very open for you to relate with me, especially when it comes to difficult situations or challenging situations. So ask questions about how things are going with your child in school. So don't just ask, did you eat? Are you feeling fine? Did you do your homework? Those are important. But do not forget also the social and the emotional well-being of your child. Now, when it comes to the social well-being of your child, you need to know the kinds of company your children have or your child has. Now, some children, especially when they're getting to the teenage age, they tend to, keep to themselves experiences that, they go through every day. Some teenagers are like that. So when you have a teenager like that, you could penetrate through that teenager, through his or her friends. So sometimes you could ask your child's friends information about your child. That way you get to know few things about your child, especially emotionally. So get to know the kinds of friends your children or your child keeps. Most importantly, don't stay far away from your child. So whether your child is in a day school or your child is in a boarding school, some parents are still very far, in terms of connecting with their children. You barely have time for your child, you barely talk to your child, you barely communicate with your child, you don't even know what your child likes and what your child don't like. So please, parents, connect with your child at every given opportunity you have. So it doesn't matter if your child is in a day school or your child is in a boarding school. Boarding schools have visiting days. You have opportunity to put a call through to your child. Look for opportunities to talk and communicate with your children. So I hope that you've learned from this video. Do not forget that it is your sole responsibility to ensure your child is safe and emotionally secured. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.